Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different on my channel, a little more crafty and DIY. So I hope you guys take some inspiration and maybe make your own from this video. As you can tell, I'm in a new background and I have some shelving units up here, but within my video you can't see them because they're a little too high. I wanted to fill this pink space up with something a little more fun to look at for my videos and for myself, because as well as filming, I do actually use this desk to work and do my editing on, and I want something that will inspire me to work and something fun for myself to look at and something that will be super unique in the background. So I'm going to be making these little inspiration boards. If you want to learn how to make your own inspiration boards for your room or for your office or for a friend, then just keep watching. So let's get started. First, you will need a bunch of different colored paper of your choice. I got mine from Michael's, or you could get it from a local craft store. They usually come in this exact size, so it's perfect. Then also from Michael's, I bought a pack of the Cork Board squares, and it came with about 4 of them, which was perfect. So then I took these push pins, which I just got from Michael's, and I just opened it up and put it on my little plate on my desk, which we will get to later, to pin up all your pictures and stuff you want to put on your boards. And then I got these Scotch little double-sided squares, and this is what I used to attach the paper to my cork board. So there was just a bunch of these little squares, and I flipped over my paper and put one of these squares on each corner of the paper, and this made it super easy because the paper was already cut perfectly to size of these cork boards. I'll make sure to link everything below so you can check it out and buy them for yourself. So I just did this on every single cork board that I wanted to use. You just tear off one side and it's just a sticky little black piece of like foam almost. Then I pulled off the other side, flipped over my paper, and pressed it right onto my cork board. You want to make sure you press firmly all on the spot so it sticks perfectly. So that's our first one. I love this gold shiny detail. It looks really cool with the light shining on it. So now I'm just going to add this to the rest of the 4 pieces of paper I chose to put on my cork board. Again, it's the same process, just peeling off the little stickies and putting them on. So there was a flower gold design. I stuck with the theme for all of mine. I love gold and white and pink. You can always do plain colors, you can do different designs, you can really do whatever you want. You don't even have to put paper in the back, but I think it adds something a little bit more to the room and to your inspiration boards than just a cork plain board. So here I finished with all 4 of my boards, and I love this one. It has a little bit of writing on it. So now those are all complete. And now we can get on to the things that we're going to be putting on our board. I got all these pictures from Pinterest, and some of them are my pictures that I've taken myself from vacation or myself, or makeup I've done on clients. So here I'm just cutting out all the little pictures I want to put on my board. Pinterest is awesome. It's a lot better than Google because it's coming from real people, and I love just searching either vintage or pink or Audrey Hepburn, things that I enjoy, and I find so many cool pictures on there, and then I print them off and make them a little bit smaller on a piece of paper, and then I just cut them all out. And the cool thing about these boards is you can always take stuff off and put new stuff on. In a couple months or so, I might go on Pinterest and print out some more pictures, new things that inspire me, and update my boards just by taking out a picture and replacing it with a new one. So here are all my pictures I showed you. These are a lot of ones I've taken, and then I put some quotes, some makeup looks from Pinterest, some really cute fashion posts I've seen on Pinterest, flowers, pictures of myself that my friends have taken, my cat, just really cool photography, lots of Audrey Hepburn, lots of quotes, so that's all done. Another cool idea is these coloring books are really popular right now, and I love this one that my boyfriend got me. It's a Paris coloring book. So I colored a few things in here, and I actually didn't end up pinning these up yet, but I'm going to. So you could color little things yourself and almost like make your own picture, and then you could cut these out and pin them on your board as well. So here I'm just coloring in a lipstick that I loved, and it's really cool because with the coloring book you can put your own twist on it, color the colors you want, and make it go with your theme. So here I'm coloring it pink. I colored all those dresses, just flipping through this and seeing what I like. I love these little shoes that really inspired me, so I wanted to do little red polka dots. I colored that, but that was a little bit too big for my board. So yeah, this is just another idea if you have one of these coloring books laying around. Maybe pick up some of your favorite ones you've colored and cut them out, and you can pin them on your board as well. Next, I have this lace ribbon that I used in my Peter Pan collar video, and I love lace, so I just cut little strips of this, and I was like, maybe I can just pin these on because I love the look of lace. Now I'm going through a French interior design magazine, and I just flipped through this, and I found a couple of things that I loved, and you can cut out of that. You can really cut anything that inspires you, and you can gather things up over time. If you see something that you really love, just cut it out and you can pin it up. So here I saw this little antique chair with some ballet shoes on it, and being a former dancer, I loved this picture, so I cut this out. Next, I took a Vogue magazine, which has lots of cool makeup and fashion looks inside of it. Flipped through this really quick. I loved that pink like lipstick swatch little picture. I thought that was really cool, so I cut this out, and again, it went with my theme. I love the pink, gold, and white look. I love that little piece. And I love this girl. This is like a vintage drawing fashion look almost. And I thought she was really cool because she was very vertical. I think that's also a really good idea, is to make your pictures very different. Do some very horizontal pictures, vertical pictures, maybe cut them out in circular shapes and stuff like that. So I just kind of traced around her really quick, and she was one of my favorites I put on my board. So now I'm going to put my boards together. I started with this one, and I just started kind of mapping things out that I wanted to go on my board. I tried making a little theme for each one, but most of my stuff went together anyways. So I would just lay stuff out, and then I'd start taking my push pins and pinning everything in. It was super easy and fast, and again, like I said before, you can always switch things out. Super easy, just unpin and pin something new. So here I'm just pinning a bunch of stuff that I thought looked pretty with this background. As well as pictures that you print off, you can always do things you've colored or write your own quotes and put that on there. You can really add anything to this that you want. That's why I love these, because they're so interchangeable. Here I took that little piece of lace and I pinned that with some smaller pins, and I thought that looked really cool. So that's that one. And again, you don't have to fill the whole thing up. I left a little bit of space on that one. Here I'm going with my gold one, and I added my favorite girl from that magazine. I added the lipsticks, and then I thought that was cool because I found the picture of the lipsticks and then those swatches, and I put under, and it looks like it almost goes together. Then I put a bunch of makeup looks all together and a little Chanel picture I took from Paris. Here I'm putting some Audrey Hepburn quotes, and this is a picture that I took of Detroit, which is where I live, and I just wrote Detroit on there really big because I am very in love with the city, and it means a lot to me that I am from there. So here I'm posting some pictures of girls and myself, as well as my cat and some other quotes. There's a Breakfast at Tiffany's very iconic picture with an Audrey Hepburn quote. This was the little things that I bought with the cork board, and those little white squares actually came in the package. So I'm going to use those little sticky white squares to hang up on my wall. They're very similar to the Scotch ones, but they're much larger, and they came with the cork board set. So I'm just going to stick those on the back and put them on my wall. Here I'm just mapping out how I want to put my boards together. You can really change this and make it your own. I was just trying to figure out what I liked. So here I am putting the little white squares on my board and peeling off one side, sticking it on, and then later I'll peel off the other side to stick it on my wall. These are really cool too because they won't ruin your walls or take off the paint from your walls instead of putting like holes and stuff. So these work great. So here I'm just pulling off the other sticky side, and then I'm going to place it right on my wall where I want it. So here's my first one, and I'm just going to hold that up where I want it and push firmly on the little sticky squares to make sure it stays. And now I'm going to finish up hanging my other ones. And so I decided to push my boards together so it almost looks like one big board. I didn't leave space in between them, which I thought looked really cool. I hung up the one with the words, and then I hung up the flower one, and I actually didn't put anything on the flower one because it was so busy in the design itself. I could always pin things up later, reminders, lists that I need to know of, but I thought it looked cool just keeping that one a little bit more plain. So that's it. These are my completed boards. Feel free to make your own and really get inspired with things you love. I thought this was a really cool way to decorate your desk area or your room. And so please subscribe if you are new to my channel, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye!